Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing my second update for my Pan Those Discontinued Eyeshadows project. Now I have to say I'm not the one that created this project. In fact, this type of project has been wildly popular this year, or at least some variation of it. Mine is a variation as well, focusing specifically on my discontinued or limited edition palettes because I don't tend to reach for them as often because I do YouTube, and I know that that sounds silly, but I want to make sure that I am still giving them the love and devotion that they deserve. I do believe that the original concept for this project was created by Alexy. I will make sure to list her channel down below because she is a fantastic content creator. She does a ton of panning on her channel as well as a lot of other things. She has like the most awesome eye makeup looks, just throwing that out there. I think the first place that I saw this project was actually on Rebecca Morgan's channel, who I will also have listed down below because she is also an amazing content creator. There are just so many really great channels out there and so many more that I've discovered since I've started really focusing on panning. I love it. There are tons of people doing this project. Too Much Tosh, it's Steph. I know that I am missing a ton of people that I watch on a regular basis, so I apologize. I'm not thinking well on the fly. Anyway, so again, my project is specifically geared towards discontinued and limited edition palettes. I do think that I will open it up next year because I do think I'm going to continue on with this project and open it up to include all of my eyeshadows again so that they are all getting love and attention as much as possible. So I chose a total of 6 colors, all randomly, and they all are in these 4 palettes right here. So I did hit pan in my previous update, so I rolled out one of my shadows, so that's exciting. And I do also keep tallies of my usage because it just really helps me remain accountable and keep track of how long it's taking me to utilize these shadows. So let's go ahead and start with this incredibly reflective guy right here. This is from Bare Minerals. This is their Hidden Treasure palette. And the shade that I randomly selected, let's see if I can do this without blinding you, is Nude Beach. It is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Let me give you a quick swatch. I use it most often for my inner corner highlight and my brow bone because as you can see, it's a very sheer light pink sort of color, but it has a nice little reflect to it. So I haven't used it a ton though, I will definitely admit. This shade I used a total of twice. Yeah, I didn't use that shade nearly enough, but I think part of that is because I was focusing on another shadow for my Graveyard Project pan, and I just need to remember to focus on both of them. So that's obviously staying in the project. The next shade comes from my original Naked palette. The shade that I randomly drew, because I can't talk, is a shade here called Naked. I don't think you'll be able to tell, but I will have some close-up photos at the end. But I do have a pretty good dip going on right here. I use this as a crease color every single time that I do my makeup, with the exception of when I'm traveling, because I'll be honest, while I was on travel this past month, I only brought my It's My Ray Ray palette because it's just such an easy travel palette to have. So the shade Naked, I used a total of, ooh, that doesn't seem right, 9 times? Was I really traveling that much? Anyway, so it is obviously not where I want it to be, but I do think with more persistent use, I will be able to get down there and hit pan. I think I've heard though that these pans are pretty deep, so we'll see. I just need to be better about my focus, I think is what it comes down to. So the next shade comes to us from the ABH Master by Mario palette, which is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I absolutely love this palette so much. And the shade that I drew was Marina. Again with talking, what's my problem? So it is this beautiful, oh, I haven't been getting swatches for you. I've had a lot of coffee today, we'll blame that. So let me get you a swatch of Naked. It is just a perfect transition shade to get that look started. And then Marina is this amazing champagne gold color. I love it. It's beautiful. And I'll be honest, this is my favorite ABH formula. These shimmers are intense and beautiful, and they apply great with a finger or a brush. You've heard me on this rant before. But this guy here, I only used a total of 3 times over the course of the month. Again, I was focused on other shades in this project, so I will be stepping that up in the month to come. And then the remaining 3 shades come from It's My Ray Ray palette, which again, I did take with me while I was traveling. So the shade that we're gonna look at first, let's see if I can isolate it out, is this shade right here called Spice. It is a beautiful orange, sort of terracotta kind of color. And I'll be honest, I've used it a lot, but I use it buffed into the crease, so it doesn't look like I've used it a bunch. So over this last month, I used it a total of 11 times. The shade which got pulled in on my last update was this red shade right here called Sunset. I have a lot of trouble using this shade. I work in a pretty conservative industry, and so my makeup when I go to work has to be a little bit more on the conservative side, especially while I'm on travel, because then I'm client facing. So I haven't gotten a ton of use out of it. I think I've used it a deceptive amount of times. So technically I've used it 9 times, but I tend to put it in the outer V and then mix into it a very, very deep brown to take the red out of it. I know that that's probably cheating and that stinks, but I want to get the use there while remaining in the vein that I should be in for work purposes. I hope that makes sense. So the last shade that I have in this project is this one right here. This is in the shade Fairy Tale, and as you can see, I hit pan on it. I am so excited. I am so excited. I used that a total of 12 times over the course of the month. Let me give you just a quick swatch of it. This was the shade that I was most focused on trying to hit pan because I knew I was the closest, and it is a stunning, stunning shade. It's like this peachy orange with a golden shift to it. I absolutely loved using it and loved wearing it. So that is where we're at, but that means that I get to roll in a new shade, which is so exciting. I mean, that's the best part, right? That's why we watch these videos, is to see what you got hit pan in. That was not even a sentence. What you hit pan in and what you're rolling in, because that's just fun, right? So let me get my spreadsheet pulled up. It has grown. I think we talked about this a little bit in my last update. I have pulled off some shades. So I pulled off all of the true black shades because I'm just never going to use them. That's all there is to it. And I'm not going to make myself miserable trying to pan a shade that I don't enjoy. But I also have acquired some new palettes. For instance, where is it? This guy here, found him on HauteLook. This was one of the palettes that I was actually sad that I missed out on, so I'm really glad that I was able to pick it up. So my list has grown. So I now have, let's see, a total of 318 pans of discontinued or limited edition eyeshadows. So let's go ahead and locate my phone and pull up my Pretty Random app, which realistically I should have had done beforehand, but you know, preparedness. We're going to set our criteria from 1 to 318 shadows. Okay, so it always starts on 49, so let's go ahead and randomize. Number 29. All right, let's see what that is on this spreadsheet. Make sure it's not one that I had already pulled. All right, so 29 is the shade Majestic, and it comes to us from, oh, fun, my Tarte Origami palette. So this actually was their Christmas, or holiday rather, palette from a couple of years ago. My mother bought this for me, which is so sweet, but I think this packaging is just so incredible. It opens up like this, and so that's why I named it on my spreadsheet. Woo! the origami palette because it's cool. So the shade Majestic is, ooh, this beautiful kind of bronzy shade right here. Let's get a swatch of it. All right, let's close this guy up. All right, so this shade, I'll just do it across the bottom here, looks like that. So it is a beautiful kind of more orangey golden than Marina, which is more of a pinky champagne sort of golden. So yeah, I have a feeling though that this shade will end up on the back burner while I'm working on Marina. Just full disclosure, but I am super excited. I think it'll pair well with some of these other shades. I'm a little hesitant though because I feel like when I was working with especially these three shadows right here from the It's My Ray Ray palette, I feel like it just got very, very orangey and warm. Whereas right now I've been liking when I use Marina because it isn't quite as orange based. So we'll see how I like all of them together. It might be a similar situation, so we'll see. These mats are just going to take me forever. I mean, that's what it's really going to come down to. But I am excited to be breaking this guy out because I don't think I've really used it much since I got it. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, welcome. I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.